to match the rifle. The problem is that CA and PSYOP are purple and...
Yeah, take your shirt
You
off.
can do purple.
Yeah, but it's purple. So PSYOP is purple. What's the branch color for civil affairs?
I don't
Pink.
know. I was never.
You're the
civil
one with the
affairs.
giant fucking computer, motherfucker.
He's like, I was
Jesus.
never civil affairs.
Hey guys, we do this podcast on Monday nights, and it's time to debate.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
5, 4.
Oh, it'd have been even
3.
better if you were recording.
I have been, but I'm not trying to ruin all of y'all's careers.
Well,
What are they
fuck
going to
me,
do?
boys.
Fire me?
It's fair.
The only career that's in jeopardy right now is yours.
That's you're 100% correct.
In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. Justin, I won't fire you.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. So it's Thursday. Sticks in the hands, drinks on the table. Johnny boy, what are we doing?
We're about to masturbate, boy.
Yeah, we are. It's time for
One
Freedom
of these
Friends Master
days,
Debate.
we are going to get a masturbate boys from him where he's not mid-giggle. Right? Like, it's going to happen one of these
No, they were
fucking
back.
days.
They were in the early days because I was already drunk, so serious.
Yeah, he was
God.
like, oh,
You're sober
we're
now,
about to
huh?
fucking masturbate.
No.
I
I
told-
didn't go that far.
I told the story earlier today about like the first year of this show
Oh God,
and what it was like drinking on this show.
it's bad.
Because my
Oh, dude,
employees were
you
like,
had to hydrate. You had to hydrate.
You
Show
had
to this
to
bitch.
hair.
Yeah.
my employees were like, "Oh, is you going drinking tonight?" And I was like, "Nah." And they were like, "Well, I thought you said the show was about like bullshit bourbon and cigars." And I was like, "It is." I was like, "But the first year, can I help you?"
Kira's like, you have a puppy.
Yeah,
and
right?
I know you do.
You're getting danger fun there, girl. Like, I don't. All right. I'm gonna need you to hold on. It's been like 8 days. All right,
You already
I'm gonna
started
need you
with
to fucking.
You already started the peanut butter trick with your pup.
But so I was talking to him, and they were like, "So you're gonna be all right tomorrow?"
That's
I
why
was
you
like,
got a girl, because he ain't gay.
"Yeah, right." But my employees were like, "So you're gonna be okay tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." And I was like, "Now this has been the first year of the show.
That'd be a different story.
Yeah.
It'd be a different story."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Why?" And I was like, "It got so bad to the point to where all of us on the show looked at each other and were like, we might want to pump the brakes."
Dude,
Like,
We
this
gotta
is,
stop this because Tuesdays everybody's just trash.
Dude, Tuesday mornings hurt, man.
it was bad. And they were
Fuck.
like, "How bad?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, a 175 a night." It was bad.
Yeah.
It like
Yeah.
to where like any respectable
You know, maybe
bartender would have
say
been like,
that,
"You're
though,
enough."
but I opened that bottle a little
That's
while
fair.
ago.
That's a fresh bottle.
This is a fresh bottle.
Yeah.
And
There was definitely a lot more than that when we started.
So, yeah.
Speaking of which, could I
I
get some?
think we're just
Ice,
getting
buddy?
better.
I think that's what it is. I think we're just getting better at it. Yeah. I don't think we're changed much, man.
I don't know if this is something we should brag about.
No,
Like, I don't.
it's definitely not a good thing. Yeah.
New ice.
But yeah,
Thank you to whoever got new ice.
that was Gary. Gary came through and got us some new fucking croutons.
I thought I was gonna reach into a.
See, that's why I like Gary, because that
pool of
boy
water.
is gay. Like that's
Right.
100%,
Yeah. Like,
100% would catch.
It has nothing to do with your race, man. Nothing.
So wait a minute.
This is a
so you're Mexican with
sexuality
the
joke.
joke for it, but I say you're Mexican, and all of a sudden you're fucking Guatemalan or whatever the fuck. Fucking flip flopping son of a bitch. That's
Dude.
cultural appropriation, sir.
yeah.
Actually, I think
White
we
women
consider that-
everywhere are disappointed in you right now.
I think we consider that
Yeah,
recreational racism.
Women everywhere is disappointed in him. Like that's a
Not the one that wrote the book. Fuck.
Which one?
Gary sent me
I forgot to read
6 or
that.
7 pages of an excerpt from a book that is clearly about him. And in the book, she calls him Rico, which made me laugh so fucking hard.
I totally see Gary in a bar.
Like introduced
Telling people
himself as
he's
Rico
Rico.
100%. Especially like fucking mid-90s when Rico Suave was out. I could fucking definitely
You know
see
what?
Gary going, my
You
name's
have
Rico.
shown me pictures of you in the mid 90s,
Yeah,
and that
it's
is
totally
100%.
100%.
I am Rico.
the heaviest accent he can
Rico
make.
Suave.
Yeah, I guarantee you. Like, this dude was trying to be Ricky Martin before he came out. Like, guarantee you, bro. He was like, "You want to live La Vida Loca with me?" Like, I guarantee it, dude.
Let me
knew
show
the
you how I
reference
roll
yet.
my R's.
He's like, what are we doing tonight? Just making shit
Putting
up.
R's in words that don't fucking exist.
What are you doing? What did I do?
Speak Spanish to me. Yo quiero. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah. So de los Estados Unidos.
Sábado. It's Budweiser.
Telemundo, la Pepsi Cola. Welcome to the Freedom Friends Master Debate, solving the world's problems one mediocre topic at a time.
It's
Justin,
recreational racism.
what you got for us, pal?
All right, boys.
All right, boys.
You only get canceled if it's professional.
Yeah.
This is recreational, God damn it.
It's recreational because I was going to get paid
Fuck,
for it.
I don't know how platforms still let us on them, but
They only listen to the first couple minutes, so
Yeah.
we're kind of tame.
Have you seen the Apple sea level? There's no
What?
way they're going to cancel us with the Apple sea level.
we're not worried
officers.
about them. We're worried about the blue-haired people that are reviewing our content.
Oh, they don't listen to this shit.
Back in my day, they
Because
didn't
ours is
say
the
the
whole,
F word
like-
so much.
Yeah, all of ours is like, hey, do you listen to this ridiculous off-color fucking podcast? You might like these fucking chuckleheads too. Like
Yeah.
that's what we're getting people.
True.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
All right, boys.
So I want to know if you could.
By the way, the blue-haired
Ryan?
comment pissed off Michelle. She's gonna shiv you here in a minute.
I should have put the camera over there so I could get it on camera. I want to know if you could re-enlist in the military today.
No,
At the age that you
Oh, I'm sorry, there was more to
originally
the question.
re-enlisted, would you or would you not, and why?
At the age that we got out,
No,
No.
at the age that you originally went in.
oh God,
Oh.
no, I would
with
not.
the knowledge I have today, or no?
And in today's time,
In today's time, you're just the age that you were when you first went in.
In a day's time, if I was
With-
17 right now, I might
with-
not know what gender I am. So,
with the knowledge we have today.
Yes.
Okay.
with the knowledge we have today.
With
Oh,
the
I'm-
knowledge
oh,
you have.
Oh.
And no,
I'm in.
no, because I was actually gonna say if I could have enlisted, like if we rolled the clock back and I could re-enlist, I would have done it when I originally intended to at 18. But I was 23.
Yeah, you came in late.
I came in.
Yeah, you were a grandpa in
Yeah,
basic training,
right?
dude.
Like
yeah.
when I went to basic, it was like, look at the old man,
Yeah.
like, and it was like, fuck
Just
you,
like-
like.
You're like, bro, I'm 23.
Yeah, right.
Like,
You children.
No, I still didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But no,
how
but
do
it
you
was
think he
that because we
felt
had
at
like
40?
we had 17 and 18-year-olds there. Then I was just like, you are a fucking child.
My
like,
ops would be blacker than all your ops.
Dude, my ops
If
would
I
be
could
so
re-enlist
black.
right now with the knowledge that I have at 18 again. Oh,
dude.
fuck.
Oh, yeah.
you might have
Oh,
actually gotten to Ranger School.
Oh, I
No,
would.
like, I actually have like a sense of a thought process now instead of being like, oh, I'm in shape and I got some money in my bank account.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bar?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All I was motivated by was pussy and booze,
That's it.
man.
So
Like-
that's it.
my knowledge now.
Man, not much has changed.
Kicking indoors.
Okay, you know what? Yes, I would have enlisted at 23 with the knowledge I have now, and I would have had my warrant officer candidate school. I'd have had all that paperwork squared
Yep.
away before anything. The knowledge I have now, 100%. That'd have been part of the recruiting package. They'd have been like, sure, I'll go basic and I'll go to AIT or whatever, but I want walk right fucking now. It's in the contract. I'm going to warrant officer.
But you have to be a staff NCO before you can be a
No, you
warrant
don't.
officer.
No, you don't.
No, you do not.
No, you do not.
Not to be a pilot. To be anything else you do.
Yeah, if you want to be a warrant for
you can
like
drop a warrant officer
a chem
packet.
or commo or something.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
different.
you have to
But
be
you
a
want
To
to
be a pilot for like
Yeah.
the longbow.
They don't,
So
they don't give a fuck.
I didn't find out
Oh,
that
not
until
in the Marines. You got if you want to be a warrant officer, you got to be a
So
staff sergeant.
really
better.
late-
you got to be a staff select.
really
That's
late in
what
my
they told
enlistment,
you.
I found out that I could have dropped a packet and gone AH-64D, which is the longbow.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
Well,
they were hunting for people, and I could have done it, but it was like
you don't pick your airframe. You pick you want
no,
to be a
you have
pilot.
to pick you want to be
and then
a
you get
pilot, and then
selected
you
for
could have
your
done it.
airframe.
But
Yeah.
they were hunting for people
Yeah.
that had the scores to be able to go longbow, so
Yeah.
that you could go and operate the AH-64D. Knowing what I know now, 100%.
Yeah.
I would have re-enlisted, but it would have been like, yep, I'll do basic and all that shit, and then as soon as I graduate, I immediately go to warrant officer school.
Yeah,
God, it'd be so different.
And I'd have become a warrant. And honestly, at that point, I probably would have done career.
yeah.
If I could have gotten
Well,
a warrant
yeah.
officer status, I'd have stayed career.
It'd have been so nice because like now you have the knowledge to be able to know, like, okay, that's one way to do it,
Yeah.
but here's a better way.
Yeah.
And I don't have to be a dickhead to show you it's a better way. I can just do the better way.
The problem is that if I went in, if I had the knowledge I have now at 17 going into the Marines.
Are we? And we're joining today's military.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going in today. But I would be sitting there like fucking, like Gunny would tell me something stupid, and I'd be like, listen, like trying to talk to a senior individual when you know better than him.
Roger, you turn around, you find somebody else to do it.
Yeah. I get just
That's it.
I'll be a perpetual buck passer, just passing buck all day. Yeah.
So I totally would have joined, but it would have been in the Coast Guard.
I think we'd
Fuck,
probably
you're not wrong there.
we'd probably all be in the Air Force.
Because
If I could have redone it, yeah, it'd have been Air Force all
right
day.
now, war is essentially over.
Yeah.
So I would have joined the Coast Guard and been the hardest motherfucker in the Coast Guard.
Drug interdiction.
No, yeah, but whatever Coast Guard special ops is, like I would have been all over that
I
shit.
don't know why
Yeah.
Gary's shaking his head over here. He has no idea.
Yeah. But I mean, because like, look at where you're stationed, Key West and shit. Like, fuck, like, yeah,
Well, it's like when my
Well,
wife
the
was
fact that
talking
you
about.
don't have to pick your job right away is dope as fuck.
yes,
Just
That's
alone,
the fucking
that
coolest
alone.
thing.
My
Yeah,
wife
that's
was talking
rad
about
as fuck,
commissioning
dude.
into the Air Force a couple years ago, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah,
So was my wife.
Yeah.
do it."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah!"
I will
was like,
totally be an officer's wife. Yeah.
Oh,
100%. I will depend to the fuck
Dude,
up. Oh god.
I will be at
I'll go
every-
to all the key wives meetings.
Every-
I'll
100%.
I'll run the fucking barbecue. I don't give a fuck.
I will
Oh,
lead.
yeah.
I will lead the MWR. I
Dude,
don't give a fuck.
I'll get fucking dude leggings that are like dude version of TikTok leggings and fucking go to the commissary and be like, do you know
shit,
what a
yeah.
fucking wife is? Like all day.
You better salute me.
I'll
Goddamn
fucking
right.
have that blue
Oh.
sticker on my car every time I
Fuck
drive in, and I'm
yes.
supposed to be like, "You salute the rank, not the fucking person." I
That's
don't know
right.
who the fuck
You
you,
salute
are.
the sticker, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking.
Oh, I'd have fucking exploited it.
Oh.
When
so
you
fucking
think of
good.
it, when you really fucking break it down and you look at the military, right? And you have some dude sitting on there guarding the gate, and his job, part of his job, is to salute a sticker.
Yep.
I don't think they do it anymore
I don't know.
Either way,
because they check
but-
your ID card every time.
But they
I don't give a
used
fuck.
to,
I'd be a salute the
right?
sticker.
So we used to have
They
to
don't have
salute
stickers.
a sticker.
yeah,
They
A
don't do the.
fucking
They don't do the
sticker.
post stickers anymore.
Yeah,
Fuck,
I
I've
don't
been
know
out for
if they
so
do.
long.
Yeah,
Like-
me too. Same, because they definitely did when I was in.
You
Shit.
have to render a salute and show respect to a sticker.
Dude, literally,
A
when I was
fucking sticker.
when I was
How did you
still
guys do it?
in-
Like, did you guys have like different colors for enlisted and
Yeah.
officer
Yeah.
and stuff?
red was enlisted.
Red
Red
was
was enlisted,
enlisted,
blue
blue was
was
officer,
officer, yeah.
and then green was civilian, DoD civilian.
There were times where I
Okay.
came here
Yeah,
and
we
I
did the same
borrowed. I came to San Antonio and borrowed my dad's car, the lieutenant colonel, and drove onto post with it. And there was that fucking blue sticker, and they'd salute the fucking car, and I just salute back and fucking drive on as an E4.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking
carry on.
carry on, you fucking schmuck.
I had a buddy of
Like,
mine. I had a buddy of mine in the Marines. He was a sergeant in the Marines, but he had a second job as an ROTC fucking instructor
So-
at a military academy. There was an Army
that
military academy.
right there, folks, tells you everything you need to know about the military. This was an active duty, and when you bartended,
Yeah.
these are active duty Marines with second jobs.
Oh yeah, so many
To
of us
make
have
some
second
money.
I
jobs,
made
dude.
more money delivering pizzas
Than you did in the military.
than
Yeah.
I did in the military.
Oh, I believe that.
100%.
Part time delivering
Um,
pizzas.
So like,
I made more money doing security at a strip club
You
than
know,
I did in the military.
you make great money doing security at
You
titty
really
bars.
do.
Like, because you get tipped out from the girls too. and
Shout
the
out to
door.
Levi.
I made
If
more
it wasn't for
money.
me, you wouldn't have met his wife.
I made more money rolling dice in
Oh, I
the
believe it.
barracks than I did on my fucking paycheck.
Oh, I believe it, dude. Because for a while there, dude, I made $400 a paycheck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When I was a boot, it was $400 a paycheck.
That's
roughly.
800
the
a month.
first and the 15th.
Yep. Like that was fucking rough days.
That-
What are you about to pull out?
That's what I made in like a drill weekend.
Yeah.
Well, no. So reservist, you guys are on a different pay scale.
Well,
than
you're
us.
on
Reservist and
You're
National
on
Guard.
You
job
have-
pay too.
Your drill
Yeah.
weekend was a mute of 4, so you got paid for 4 days when you only did 2 days.
Yeah, but you guys get paid.
No, they were mute
Like-
at 8s. And
Well,
I will
yeah.
vouch for that because his unit always had 4-day drills.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
because
so-
somehow, as a National Guard unit, they needed to
But
maintain
it-
this
it
If you
high
got job
speed
pay, that's like
superiority.
$12 a month
the
for
pay
the
scale,
guard.
the pay scale is different for you guys than it is for active duty. Though.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
you guys
actually-
get
it's 2 for
fucking-
1.
That was actually a big push that we like all the lower enlisted were making was like, hey, we jump like damn near just as much as active duty units, but we make a fraction of the jump pay. Like,
Yeah.
come on, guys, like throw us a bone.
Your
And
training
after
schedule was
6 years,
ridiculous.
they never changed anything.
Yeah.
Justin
Oh,
is
they-
a
they
prime example of that whole like 1 week in a month and 2 weeks a year.
Just
It's like
kidding.
bullshit. Every time I'd call him, it was like, "Hey, you want to go do this?" He was like, "I can't. I got this
got
going
drill."
on with the fuck." It was like,
Yeah,
"Motherfucker."
you were pretty engaged, man. Especially towards the end there, you were pretty engaged all the time.
Well, what really sucked is towards the end, they moved us like it used to be like an hour and a half away from me, and then it was like 2 hours, and then they moved us out towards Dallas. So it was like
That's
I'd
right.
leave work on like Wednesday. I would have already packed my shit. I'd go grab most of the time I'd leave it in the truck.
Didn't you guys have like
And
an
then-
accident where like dudes
Oh.
fucking died in
Yeah.
transit?
So
during
we
all
used
that shit?
we'd have to drive our Humvees to like Fort Hood and shit for ranges and stuff. And someone put like 2 E2s in there, and nobody checked the vehicle whatsoever. And they had a blowout, like topped out at 65, and the Humvee rolled like twice and killed the driver and severely injured the
Dude, it was
passenger.
wild.
And yeah, I
So-
was like, some E6 should be getting his shit pushed in, because that was a fucking horrible decision to be like,
Your
hey, these
unit
2
was-
privates that have probably never driven this shit,
Your unit was
have fun for 3 hours.
fucked though.
Yeah.
Like that. God, the horror stories they get, and that's
Yeah.
what people need to
One of
realize
the-
is like Justin would go to drill and like drive up there and sleep in his truck
Yeah.
to be there on time to be able to do it.
Oh, I got a couple guard stories.
But that kind of shit, when you look at that, and it's like, so you didn't figure out how to square away like how to house these people if they were traveling in and shit like that. It's like, no, you just sleep in your car. It's fucking fine. And then we're gonna throw you out on an aircraft
See,
and give you a fucking heavy weapon. Like it is,
So,
like,
like,
you're good.
See, like, so part of my training schedule that I fucking did when I worked on identity was the reserve training schedule, though. So I always made sure that, especially my 50-miler guys that were outside of the 50-mile range, I always made sure that they had place to stay.
'Cause
That
you
was
can.
like the first fucking
You
thing
can
to do.
bill it them all.
You
can bill it.
Absolutely. There's a budget for it, man.
If your NCOs are scored away at all.
yeah.
So what happened in my unit?
Granted, I'm also not a turd, so.
Is it was the age old, like a few fucked it up for the rest of them. So when we were in Austin, they would pay guys that were outside of the 50 miles. They'd be like, hey, here's your hotel room. Here you go. But dudes would be like, oh, it's just 50 miles. So they wouldn't check in. They wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't give a heads up like, hey, we're not using it. And so they were paying for these rooms that nobody was fucking using. And then when they moved again,
So they were fucking everybody.
100%. And so they were just like, fine, nobody gets fucking rooms. And that was when we had an actual drill hall. So you could show up, grab a cot. And then they moved us to Bastrop, where our company office was maybe the size of the set. And so it was like the NCOs slept in there, and all the Joes were like, they were bringing like blow up mattresses for if they had a truck, or they were just sleeping in the backseat of their car. Like, not gonna lie, doing that, like sleeping in the back of a car and then waking up at like 04 to go jump out of a plane, that shit fucking sucks.
There was a guard drill where I had the military cot.
Mhm.
I put in my bed in my truck. I fucking slept in my truck. My first sergeant wakes me up in the morning, who I was drinking with the night before till like 2 a.m. He's like, hey man, it's time to get up. All right. But yeah, that was like my drill weekend. I was also on a recruiting thing with the Humvee as a PFC in the guard, right? So I had to drive a Humvee from point A to point B. The hose broke, the coolant hose broke. So like I pull over in this like dude's house, and I'm like knock on the door, and I'm like, hey, my Humvee broke. Can I get some water from you? He's like, yeah, sure. And I got to looking, and I'm like, oh, well, the hose that broke's about the same size as this garden hose. I'm like, can I pay for this hose and cut a section out? He's like, no, man, don't pay for it. But we cut this section of garden hose. So I put this garden hose in Humvee and I drove it back.
This is the most military story I've ever fucking heard.
So, by the way, I want you to listen to all this, and the next time you look at anything that says like, "Oh, it's mil spec,"
It's military grade.
fucking there you go.
Yep.
I was
But,
just
yeah.
gonna say, I would put folding money on the fact that there is a garden hose and a Humvee out there in Nebraska right now. Because
Still has
Probably
a-
rocking
Probably still there.
rocking that garden
Yep.
hose.
But no, my maintenance guys were pretty impressed with the PFC.
Nice.
That was still
Yeah,
in
and
high
you know
school.
what? They looked at it and went, "We don't need to change that out. It's fine."
Fuck,
I ever
it
tell you how I
works.
got my call sign?
What was your
Yes.
call sign?
My call sign was a super freak.
Okay.
I know this fucking story.
Yeah.
And it's a
I think you
good
told it-
fucking story.
I
You've told this on the show
Yeah.
before.
when I fixed an Amtrak with a Gatorade lid. I used it as a hydro seal in Fallujah.
Nice.
And I came over the net and I was like, Yeah, be advised, 206 is up. They're like, I thought it was down for parts. I'm like, yeah, I fixed it with a Gatorade lid because I'm Rick James, bitch. And the colonel comes over the net. He's like, hey, super freak, why don't you watch your mouth? And I'm like, fuck. And it stuck. Fucking, yeah.
Which, by the way, is how you get call signs.
Yeah. It's
Especially
something
when your
embarrassing.
colonel
It's
gives it to
something-
you.
Yeah, the colonel was just like, yeah. Yeah, so that one stuck the rest of my life. So,
So speaking of off-topic stuff,
if you were to send your boys a dick pic on Snapchat and they screenshot it, who's gay?
they are.
They screenshotted it,
Yeah.
right? You're just trying to get an approval. I agree.
That's not even an approval.
You're just like, hey, Jazz, what do you think of this angle?
It's
Don't
not even that.
screenshot it, though.
I don't really want any feedback. I just
Well,
want
the
you to
only
see
reason
it.
I would screenshot it if you sent me a dick pic, buddy, would be to like be able to do the whole fucking like edit and highlight thing and be like, well, see, I think you could change the angle here and you got a little bit lighting over here. And you fucking
Well, that's the problem with having a professional
You get
film
back
guy.
and edit it. Thank you. Thanks,
Everybody
bro.
get an edit of the dick pic and
It
be like,
just looks triumphant as fuck.
Yeah,
And you're
right.
like, I'm using this for
Like,
everything. This is my new
now.
profile picture.
this is the one you send out.
Anyways.
What were we talking? What was the topic?
If
Yeah,
you
what
want
do-
to join at the
Oh,
17,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I think the consensus
Yeah.
is we would because we
So-
would already know everything.
Yeah.
Like we would know the ins and outs, man. Like the Lance Corporal Underground, aka or also
Yeah.
known as the fucking
E4
E4 Mafia,
Even
would be fucking chill.
y'all would still join even with all of the changes that have
The
been
woke
made.
bullshit.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Do you know how much shit I could get away with right
Yeah,
now?
dude, I could get away with everything. Are you kidding me? I identify as a woman and I'm doing the fucking female PFT and I'm fucking, yeah, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm getting fucking, I'm claiming fucking MST when I get out.
They've already
Yeah. I could get out and go through the claims process again. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Like I could
'cause
get out and
when
be
I
like,
got out,
100%.
and be like, they touched my butthole
Yeah,
and I have military sexual trauma
exactly,
now.
100%.
He's an old man. He had shaky fingers.
when I got out, it was like 10%.
Yeah. When I got out, it was like, congrats. You served. And it was like, yeah,
you made
thanks.
it through.
I wouldn't have to argue that my TBI isn't service connected.
Yeah.
You know, I'd make
I-
sure.
I have
you would
friends
have to
now-
argue it. You would just know how to argue
I
it.
have
Yeah,
friends
right.
now that got out way after I did. And they got out and they're like a decade younger than me. And they got out and they're like, I get 70% for PTSD. I'm like, did you deploy? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
I just get 70. I'm like, motherfucker. Like, yeah, 100%. Because I'd get fucking what, $4,000 a month for existing?
Yeah. And then you call,
Okay.
and then you call the Canadian VA, and they just tell you that they're going to help you kill yourself.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Right.
Yeah.
You know what?
So
I think we need a Kevorkian policy.
You don't know about this?
We're way too peoply.
So
I
this,
have not heard of this.
This is the thing.
so this is the thing that happened there, boys. A veteran called the VA. They're in Canada, and was like, "Hey, I need help." And the fucking operator was like, "Well, have you heard of medical assisted?"
Suicide.
Well, they call it. There's an acronym that they're using. It's like MAID. It's like medical assistance in death, right? They're like, "Have you heard of MAID?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Well, medically assist you killing yourself." And he's like, "I don't want that. I want help." And they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna help you kill yourself." And he's like, "I don't think you understand what the fuck I'm saying. I don't want to die. I'm calling you for help, and you're telling me that you're encouraging me to use fucking this medical assisted death." And they're like, "Yeah." And
That's how you can afford government health insurance.
it was fucking bananas, dude. And like,
Jesus.
so our good friend Rich High got wind of this and made a video about it. And I encourage you guys to check out Angry Cop's video about this because it's going to piss you off. I was fucking furious about it by the time I got done
That's
watching
insanity.
it. And like, I'd FaceTimed Rich this week and was like talking to him because we have a project that we're working on together. Stay tuned. That's going to be hilarious. But
It's got dicks.
oh, guarantee there's dicks involved, sure. But so I was FaceTiming him and he tells me this story and I was like, what the fuck? And he goes, just go watch my fucking video I made.
That's
And
insanity.
I went and watched it and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because his question was, hey, do they record these phone calls? Like, you know, you can't call fucking Walmart and be like, this call is being recorded for quality assurance.
Yeah.
Apparently they don't fucking do that or they won't release it there in Canada.
yeah.
So, Quinn, I finally got a fucking call to action for you, dude. As a
That's
fucking
actually
veteran.
what he does.
Yeah, as a veteran, I want you to fucking get to the bottom of this shit for me and get all your fucking people. I want you to call the fucking VA, talk to them about this shit, and find out what the fuck they're doing up there because it's fucking bullshit. The Veterans Affairs is not there to help you fucking kill yourself. We've spent the last, fucking 20 years
Well-
trying to stop the 22 a day, doing push-ups and bullshit regardless. And now you motherfuckers are going to be like, oh, we'll just help you fucking die. Fuck you, Canada.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck you in your ass, man.
Devil's advocate.
The VA,
If the VA helps, it's not considered a suicide.
the VA,
So then the numbers go down.
the VA at least shouldn't be covert about it.
No.
Sorry, Mikey.
No.
It was a bad joke.
Okay.
No. At least in the US, the VA is covert about helping you kill yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
they don't just outright
Yeah,
say
they just give you, here's a whole fuck ton of gabapentin, wink, wink. You know, that's our VA. But apparently up there, they're just like, just fucking we'll
Our
help you.
VA
We'll do it
just
for you.
ignores you until you do.
Usually in their parking lot or lobby. That's
Well,
been the
so
trend.
is there a difference though?
Yeah, they weren't involved.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't encourage you, but they didn't
Overt
stop
versus
you
covert,
either.
you know. Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot like if you see a chick getting raped and you don't do anything, are you?
Megan's Law, or that was Megan's Law? No.
I mean, whatever the law is fucking concerned. But like if you see something happening and you, which is in a lot of states known as the Good Samaritan law.
Yeah.
So you see it happening and you don't do anything,
You're fucking liable.
you're still culpable.
Well, that comes from, it was Kitty Genovese.
so
Kitty Genovese's case. Yeah.
I mean, the difference with RVA is that if they did tell you how you could do it and then you did it, one of your relatives is going to get the bill.
Yeah. It's true. But the fact that this is even a fucking issue that they think is okay to
it should
fucking
tell
push.
you where the fuck we are in the world.
Yeah.
Like
It's
this is
fucking
where we're
bananas
at.
to me, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucked up government shit, a good friend of ours, Hollywood Herd, Hollywood Herd, got the opportunity to go overseas and film some stuff about a year ago, as of a couple days ago.
Almost exactly a year ago.
And it is now, that documentary that he was filming is now available on Amazon.
Yep.
And it's called Send Me.
Yep.
And I watched it over the weekend, and it is pretty fucking phenomenal.
Really?
They did it very well. So they interviewed Nick Palmisano
Yeah, I
like
want to watch it.
the day he got back, and you can tell it was like the day he got back.
And he's not okay.
No, he's not. And
Yeah.
you can tell in that interview that he's not.
Yeah.
And they interviewed Tim Kennedy and a couple of the other guys that were part of the mission too.
Also not okay.
Not okay, but there was after the fact. Nick it's unbelievably raw.
Yeah.
Which is what a good documentary should be.
And the other guys, they couldn't have told it any better of what they saw and what they
I just
witnessed.
saw some clips, and I was very impressed with the clips that I saw.
It's a phenomenal documentary because it's kind of along the lines that we were talking right now, but the government fucking up.
Yep.
And that's what it is. And I think one of their closing lines was, I am unbelievably proud to be an American and I'm ashamed of my government.
Yeah.
And I think that's the important separation is you can be a patriot and still be disappointed in your government. I am a patriot. I have not been proud of my government in probably 20 years.
I think in order to be a patriot, you almost have to be disappointed in your government.
That's not true. I would have been a proud patriot, honestly, through Carter, Reagan,
Yeah, but I'm talking today.
Bush Senior.
Bush Sr., and honestly, through Clinton.
Clinton didn't
I
do
would have been
fucking-
a proud, I would have been
Here's the thing.
not only a
Clinton
patriot,
wasn't a terrible president, man.
I would have been a proud
Just like to
patriot
get his dick
and
sucked.
been okay with my government.
Yeah.
Right now, though,
His wife would have been a nightmare.
Oh
But,
God,
but
she still is.
yeah, but he was fine.
but the problem is now is that I'm a patriot and I dislike my government, and all of a sudden that somehow those two get linked permanently,
Yeah,
and I don't understand.
Well, you're classified as a domestic terrorist right now.
Which I don't get. Like, how would somebody like me that's going like, my government is fucked and I still love my country?
Well, that's why
I'm a
You're
domestic
labeled that way.
terrorist, but like the KKK isn't on that list.
Because, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Wait,
like
okay,
I
this-
don't.
okay,
I
do you
don't
want
get
to
it.
know
It's
why?
because
I'll break it.
they just changed fucking definitions now, bro.
I'll break it down in the simplest form possible, right? The government isn't worried about the KKK because the KKK doesn't give a fuck about the government.
Probably true.
You give
Well,
a
it's because
fuck
they've
about
never stopped them.
you give a fuck about the government because they're not doing shit
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And they're worried because now there's people that don't agree with what they're doing. So instead of doing the right thing, they're protecting themselves by labeling you.
You know
Not
what's-
by changing their ways to make sure, like, hey, like, you know
what's
what?
terrifying?
You're right. We're doing things
Everybody's
wrong.
got a voice now. Everybody's got an opportunity to have a voice.
You know, everybody-
They-
And everybody's heard. right now.
They'll never admit that they're doing things wrong, but if you say it, you're wrong. And that's going to be the downfall of the United States of America, is because the government doesn't listen to the people that they supposedly represent.
I think I've actually said it on the show. And the terrifying point is that almost every major empire has had a collapse at about the 250-year mark.
Yeah. And it's internal.
And if you go look at where we're at, that timeline's not overly fucked up, is it? So, I mean, I don't know. It terrifies me. Like, I have people I met 90 days ago that I would now consider friends. They're amazing patriots. Like, they will give of themselves to see the happiness of others.
Sure.
And have absolutely zero faith in the government, the economy, that everything that's happening at the top end. They have zero faith in it. What they do have is they have faith in the dude standing next to them.
Yeah.
Now, the people I'm talking about that I've met in the last 90 days, they all happen to have worn the uniform before.
Sure.
And I think that does change your mentality. There's an acceptance. We filter our own. Don't get me wrong. This is not you're the uniform. You're a great guy. I'm not fucking saying that at all.
Yeah, because that's not true. There's a lot of you out there
We
that
very
have worn
much
the uniform.
we very much filter our own.
Weber, you ever see this? Fuck you. Still a
We
thing.
filter our own. But these guys they're new to my life. I would consider them friends. They're good dudes. And their priority is seeing the happiness of those around them and the health and well-being of those around them.
Right.
They have zero faith in what's going on in the government. I view them as patriots.
Sure.
Because anybody that's going to look at it and go, yes, if life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness can be improved for this person because I'm willing to take 5 seconds of my day and go like, yep, nope, it's all you, bud. And their day's now made better of that. That's patriotism.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And they have zero faith in what's going on in their government. I have zero faith in what's going on in my government. And I'll tell you right now, I haven't had faith in my fucking government in 25 years. I haven't. I have no faith in what the fuck they're doing. When I was in and my commander-in-chief was there, I had zero faith in what the fuck was going on. Do you know what I did have faith in? I didn't serve with any of you guys. You're some of my best friends in the world now. But when I served, if you had been the guy standing to my left or right, yeah, I know you had me. Because you have me now. Yeah. We don't wear the uniform. We're not in a firefight. We're not in whatever. I know if I had to make that call, anybody would answer.
You ask anybody in any branch of the service that was combat arms or support of combat arms, direct support, and you ask them what they were fighting for. None of them are going to say, "Oh, I was fighting for my country or my government or the political reasons that are behind whatever." No, not at all.
No,
they're fighting for the guys that are around them, the guys that they're with, the guys that they're deployed with. Their whole sole purpose is to get the rest of the guys home alive.
You're out there to do a job
around them.
Yeah. You're out there to do a job, and while you're there, you're going to be there. You're there for your people next to you.
That's it.
That's what it is.
And a lot of it, they won't bring up the mission. It'll be like, no, John needed to go home. So I was going to do everything I fucking could to make sure John went home. That's it. It ends right fucking there. Everything else that you were given as far as parameters is concerned, none of that shit mattered. Didn't matter who gave the command. It didn't matter where the fuck it came from. John needed to go home. Scott needed to go home. Mikey needed to go home. And the sacrifice that was willing to be made was there. And they carry it on. I have friends now that still do that same thing. Are we, in a war zone? No. But they understand the fight continues. So everybody's got each other's back. We do what we have to do to make sure that that's maintained.
Yeah. And what you don't do is you fucking offer medically assisted fucking suicide.
Fuck you.
You fucking cunts.
How did it go? Men, mission, myself?
Yeah.
And priorities?
Yeah.
By the way, Redacted Supply has a new visitor from China. I wonder if they're going to try and knock off any of the materials that's on that website.
No, they're pissed about the Wuhan Wild Wing shirt.
Maybe.
Well, fuck them. Don't make new diseases.
Yeah, stop making new shit. All right? That fucking shuts us down for 2 years, you fucks.
They were just listening to Fauci. God, calm down. It's not China's fault.
Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this fucking one up. So it is gay if you screenshot dick pics. That's gay, dude.
But it's not gay to send them to your buddies.
I think, hindsight being 2020, we would all fucking go back in some capacity.
If I knew what I knew now at the same age, 100%.
Yeah. Because hindsight's 2020.
I'd go back and like go to ranger school or go to like past Q course, go to SF, and then get out and be a contractor.
Yeah, and then just,
make
make money, and then just buy land, buy all the land. Yeah.
Or I just start a YouTube channel and train other people how to keep themselves safe.
I'd go be a SEAL and get hair plugs. So I can.
Do you want that? Not the book deals. You just want the hair plugs.
I just want the hair plugs. I don't need the book deal.
What age were you when you started balding?
Like fucking 23.
You would have got peered out.
No, right? He doesn't have the hair for it. He's got to go.
Hair, you're gone.
He's got to go. I guess forehead's too big. It's borderline and 5 head. He's got to rock.
I just started a YouTube channel and then train really rich people on how to defend themselves from threats.
There you go. Like Emery.
Huh? Emery will train anybody.
That's true. Not just rich people. Did you see his dance video they put out?
No.
Guys, go over to Tactical Rifleman. Just humor me. Go over to Tactical Rifleman's
I'm going to be totally honest
Instagram and check out the dance video of Emery. It's
I don't follow
masterful.
any of the guests that we've had on the show.
I do after.
I don't even after. I don't even after. I don't know.
It's hard to follow him beforehand. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
I don't even follow Warfighter, and I know these guys.
He doesn't.
That's actually not true.
You know
I
who
do
you
follow
should follow on
Warfighter.
social media.
Us.
Goddamn right.
You should
Yes.
fucking, if you have found us by some fucking grace of God and you have fallen upon this fucking, if whatever you believe in.
I follow the
Fatagan.
Freedom Friends by default.
Right? If you have somehow found us because some other far superior show has recommended that you should listen to this shit show, then fucking go find all of our social media shit. So I think we're Freedom Friends on just about it at Freedom Friends. That's not weird, right? Like it's
TikTok, it's at Freedom Friends Pod.
Yeah, but all of our links are in the description of wherever you are listening.
yeah. So you should go follow all that shit, and then you should absolutely go and subscribe to warfightertobacco.com. Because they have a subscription thing on there where you can get emails about what's going on with their specials, and you get your finest smokables known to man. It's quite possibly the best cigar company
Probably.
that's ever existed.
It's probably the best.
It's probably
the best
Probably,
cigar
yeah.
company there is.
Probably the best.
Probably.
And while you're there, you can use that code FTFO. That'll get you a sweet 15% off.
I'm
Use
still
that code
sticking with our cigar
FTFO.
company can beat up your cigar company.
Yeah,
Yeah. Fucking A.
I'll throw that down.
Yeah.
I put $1 on that.
While you're there, head over to owellness.us for some CBD needs. Use that code FreedomFriends25. That'll get you $1 off your order. And IC Tech Coolers. ICTechCoolers.com. ICTech.com, I believe. Use that code FreedomFriends10. That'll get you 10% off.
And you know what? If you walk into my place, I'll give you happy hour pricing if you bring up the show.
Oh, there you go.
Battle pubs.
Battle pubs.
You won't, because none of you fucking are in San Antonio.
Yeah.
But
So like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. Tell your mom.
tell your friends.
Tell your fucking mom's friends and bitches need to know. I'm going to raise my glass. Say thanks, boys, for being my freedom friends. And whether you served now or you served before, or maybe you just didn't fucking serve, we still appreciate you listening.
I just want to let you guys
But don't
know
take the stream, Scott, because, you know, that's gay.
that friends like you are the reason that I don't need medically assisted in death.
No, we'll do it in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I'll just fucking murder you.
Like, Scott, surprise me. I don't even want to know when it's coming. Just fucking.
Actually, with that being said, because we haven't reminded y'all in a while, go check on your fucking buddies.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking send the fucking messages. Make a fucking
You'd be
phone
surprised
call.
how little it fucking takes.
Dude, and it does help. And your strong friends. Check on your fucking strong friends, man.
The ones that seem like you don't need help,
They fucking need
drop
it.
them a message and just go like, hey, man, I was thinking about you.
We go back to the time frames. Instead of doing 22 push-ups a day, take 22 minutes and text or call your friends.
Yep.
If you can't do it a day, do it a week. 22 minutes a week will change lives.
I don't give a fuck what you can figure out, but that 22 minutes, text your friends, call your friends. You'd be amazed at what it does.
Does wonders, man.
You'd
It
be amazed.
Seriously helps. So
And on that note, I want to shout out. I know we don't bring them all up, and maybe we're not great about responding to all of them, but the messages that we get on Facebook, Instagram, all the stuff on the show, on you guys that have found the show and said that it did something. Our mediocre asses, the fact that we had any impact at all, I'm telling you right now, we've talked about it off mic. We don't talk about it a lot on the show because we're a comedy show.
that's really what it is.
Sort of.
Dick jokes, man.
Yeah.
Dick jokes.
Sort of a comedy show. It's the reason we keep showing up. It's the reason we keep recording this is we get those messages.
Because we're not getting
we
paid.
hear you.
If you personally call me at 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday, I'll probably answer.
Unless it's me. He doesn't answer my phone.
But I will give you
Save his phone.
I will give you hard advice. I will tell you personally might be the one fucking up.
Yep.
Yep.
And
But it's true.
But it's true.
But the fact of the matter is that we will take your call.
And
that's the difference.
And
the only person I don't talk to on the weekends is Chaz when I'm high. Because I can't handle that.
He likes to fuck with me.
I thought it was Quinn.
No, he likes to fuck with me. Jazz likes to call me when I'm ripped.
There
and I'm
was
like, nope.
one
I'll look at his phone and I'll be like, nope.
There was one time that I
You can
called
call
him.
me, I'll answer. You can call me, I answer. Justin, Gary, Michelle could call me, I'll answer. Jazz calls me on a fucking Saturday night. I'm like, nah, dog.
There's gonna be one of those times that phone call means something, and you're gonna be like, nope.
Yep, you're gonna need to text me.
Fucking that's the whole crying wolf.
Yep, you're gonna need to text me and be like, no, like we're gonna come up with a safe word that if you abuse, I will never answer your fucking phone call again.
Right. It's like snorkel.
Speaking of
it's Armageddon.
Speaking of safe words, so we did the debate about the school thing, school security,
Yeah,
right? Then in the comments and some of those the posts,
we had
brought up
some good
pretty
response,
stuff, right?
Yeah, there was some very thought out, well response from the Freedom Friends out there. Yeah, it was
So
great.
I told Madison, I'm like, if anything goes down at your school, I was like, I don't want you to call me. I don't want you to tell me what's going on. I don't want you to do anything. I want you to text me 911 because there's no other incident where you will text me that.
Yeah,
And I will show up with a fucking militia armed
because you
clearing
don't have a fucking pager anymore.
And
So
if it happens to be in Uvalde and all the cops want to stop us, we'll kill them all.
yeah,
that's
we'll go through them.
Her school
That's
is
probably a terrible fucking thing to say.
Nope.
I don't give a fuck.
her
I'm
school-
right there with you,
her
bud.
school is
If I have to
we'll
go through,
fucking through you.
if I have to go through an entire police department to save kids,
Well,
and I don't even fucking like kids.
yeah,
I
it's
drove
true. He
through
doesn't like them.
Uvalde the other day, and I was hoping I would get pulled over so I could talk to you.
Yeah. Scott, if you ever get the phone call that's like, hey, the school's fucked and the police department's not doing anything,
I gotta go through there tomorrow. I'm gonna drive
Speed.
fast as
Drive
fuck.
fast.
I'm
Yeah.
a speed.
Drive
Fuck
fast
you.
and talk shit.
Yeah, I'm going
Like,
to.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Nothing?
Nothing. That's what you guys are good at, right?
No, I told
Fucking
her like,
nothing.
I got her shit to barricade her room.
Yeah.
And I got her fucking an evac plan for all her kids and window breaks and the whole fucking nine because she has a window in her classroom, luckily. And
Did you get her a fucking popper?
I did, and
Nice.
I set her a fucking rally point on just outside of school property. I found a hole in the fence and a whole fucking nine, and I'm like, yeah, your school sucks. Like, I can breach this, and I haven't even like actually done any
I'm
research.
with there, bud. If some
But I
shit
told
goes
her-
down, if you text me,
But I told her, I'm like, your school is 18 minutes away from my shop. I was like, we have an arms room at the shop.
Yeah.
I was like, and Scott and I have cleared rooms together before.
Not only that, but
Oh, I guarantee you, if
I'm
the
pretty
four of
good
us
at-
get in a
I'm pretty
stack,
good at
we're gonna
get-
understand what
We're
you're
all
saying.
Uvalde classroom had a window. And I'm pretty good with a bolt action. I'm
Exactly.
just fucking saying, you fucking pussy.
And it was funny because she's
God
like,
damn
she's
it.
like, they told us not to pull the blinds down on our windows, and I'm like, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
And
That's
she's
the
like, "What do you
first
mean?"
good
She's like,
thing that I've
she's like,
heard.
I figured we should pull them down so nobody can see in, and that they don't know
No.
anybody's in the class. I'm like, no. I'm like, if they're good and they got a sniper outside, and that motherfucker peeks out the window, his head's getting fucking swacked.
Yeah.
You have a
he's getting
friend
fucking
named Scott
Yeah.
that is really good at getting positions on windows. Like,
But I told her,
Please.
she's like, well, what if the cops here and they barricade off everything like
Fuck
they
'em.
did in Uvalde?
I don't give a shit.
I was like,
I don't give a
I
fuck.
can get outside
Oh.
that barrier.
Yeah,
no,
dude.
I told her, I was like, nothing is going to stop me from
Yeah.
entering your school.
Nothing.
Fucking
Like, I'm sorry. but
let
it's
me
not.
know I'm looking
Don't
for that
fucking care.
conus kill.
Fucking A,
give
dude.
me a call.
Oh, give me that
I'm
state sign.
there for it. And I'd be totally cool. I would totally walk into the prison and be like, what are you here for? And be like,
John,
oh, I killed a school shooter.
we
in
can
the
even
middle
show
of
up
a
in a
fucking...
cop car now.
Is that where that's from? I saw this when I pulled in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his
fucking awesome.
kid's new ride. That's
Fuck
his kid's
yeah.
high school ride.
Wait a minute, which one?
Logan.
Logan. That's Logan's new ride.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
New Braunfels fucking ex-police car.
Yeah.
Crown Vic.
Crown Vic as fuck, dog.
It was all him.
I'm
So
fucking
heavy.
stoked. Oh,
Yeah. Logan
Michelle,
wanted it.
We knew it was all
I
him.
had no decision
Yeah.
making.
Yeah, we knew it was all
I went
him.
with Scott to pick it up. We were like two little high
Michelle,
school kids.
you and I are in the car.
No. We're
You and I are
a
having a
half
conversation
a block
after
away
this.
from the police station, and I'm power breaking this shit.
He was.
All right, three little things, kids. Words to live by.
He
Jazz.
phoned me after it was
Fucking
done.
smoke on and
Scott.
smoke those fucking
Oh, drink on,
smoke those
goddamn it.
fucking high school shooters.
God
too.
damn
Fuck
it.
them.
Freedom to fuck on.
This is fucking shit has gone awry. I'm out.